Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Hold on. Just give me a second. Boom. We're live. Okay. So, hi. We're on Wednesday today. And I don't typically stream on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. It's because I'm on vacation. Usually it'd be like an evening stream or something, but I'd rather not do evening streams when I'm on vacation, just because most of the time I kind of want to chill in the evening with Van and stuff and kind of do things, especially since she's working during the day because she's not on vacation. So I want to take the time to spend time with her in the evening, or at least with other people, rather than just being at my computer streaming, basically. So yeah, streaming on a Wednesday morning, and this morning we're checking out a game that's called Soul of Chronos. So Soul of Chronos is a game that was offered to me by the people at Astrolabe. They're the people that, or I don't know if I should pronounce it Astrolabe, even though it has an E at the end. I'm not certain, but yeah. So they reached out to me a very long time ago, around when the game came out, actually, to ask me if I wanted to cover the game. I didn't see the message. I unfortunately, the message was on my my Twitter like message request kind of page, which is like an hidden kind of area of your inbox. You don't get notifications for those. It's just kind of, they pile on from people that want to request to talk to you, and usually like 99% of the time it's bots. So I just ignored that section entirely, and that was a mistake, because sometimes companies do want to reach out and talk to you, and then you miss out. So I reached back out to them. I was like, I'm so sorry I missed it, and they were kind enough to give me the chance to kind of cover it now. So that's what we're doing. So Soul of Chronos is it's what people consider a JRPG. It is an action RPG, and it's, yeah, it has like a little cutesy chibi graphics. It is on the Nintendo Switch as well as other platforms. I think I haven't looked up every single platform. I got the Switch version of it, which is another thing that I'm very, very grateful for. Usually, especially for channels my size, whenever we get an opportunity to check out a game and stuff, 99% of the time it is on Steam. We don't have an option of platform and everything, mostly because platform codes are very, very limited and they run out very quickly, which means that the company usually doesn't have any more to give, so they just offer you a Steam version instead, which I would have been fine with. I cover a ton of Steam games, especially lately with Steam demos, but it's always cool whenever I get the chance to get like a copy for the Switch, especially if it's something that I plan on playing off stream, which is probably going to be the case with this game. And it kind of allows me to kind of play on the go. I can be like in my bedroom or whatever. So that's super neat. And yeah, other than that, I got some new stuff. Like recently I received my microphone, which I'm still not using, because I'm still waiting for that Rode mic arm. But I did get yesterday, which I didn't get the chance to use really, is the Satisfy grip for the Nintendo Switch. So this is going to be on my Switch OLED. Kind of allows you to have like a better kind of grip for whenever you're playing on the go, which is really neat, because I have giant hands, and playing on a little Switch, the way like it's the form factor of the Switch itself is super uncomfortable for me to play for anything longer than like an hour. Anytime I try to play anything for over an hour, I start getting cramps in my hands. It's not great. So this hopefully will fix this issue. I already tried just putting in the Switch itself and just like kind of holding it, and it's super, super comfortable already. So I'm expecting it to stay comfortable for longer periods of time, but I haven't tried it yet. I know that I've shown it to Van with the Switch in it, and I gave it to her, and even her, she has much smaller hands than I do, and she actually tried it on the Satisfy grip, and the first thing she said was, "I want one." So we might end up buying a second one of these grips down the line. For now, though, I think we can we can just stick with this one and kind of like pass it over from switch to switch. I was a bit disappointed because I thought that this switch would fit inside the switch dock, so that I could have like the switch on the grip and like slide in the dock and just have to like slide it off whenever I want to use it. Unfortunately, this doesn't seem to be the case. I tried it and it didn't seem to fit, and I didn't want to force it. So I don't want to kind of run into a situation where like I break my my dock because of the, you know, like the way it's set up and stuff. So I don't want to risk it. So I'm not gonna push it further down, which means that every time I want to put my switch back in the dock, I have to remove it from the grip, which is not easy. The grip does a very good job of being grippy and kind of like grabbing the switch properly, so I can't really do anything with that. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping that it's going to be a great purchase. It seems like it's going to be, but who knows. In the meantime, we're going to be checking out Soul of Chronos on the Switch docked, obviously, because I need to stream it. And I'll keep using my 8-bit Do controller, which I've been loving so far. Really, really cool controller. It's a bit on the smaller side compared to like the Pro controller of the Switch. I noticed, like whenever I'm holding it for very, very long periods of time, I can start to feel a little bit crampy in my hands. But overall, like, I mean, like, it would have to be like a PlayStation that's like longer than 5 hours or so. So which is not typical for me. So it kind of works great for me for that reason. And fun fact, if you're planning on getting this controller down the line, I strongly advise that you do not get it and you don't plug it directly into your dock, because it comes with like its own little charging dock, like charging station thing. You just drop the controller on it, it just charges. But I tried that and it worked fine for the first few days. But then whenever I was trying to play Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected, I started getting super huge lag spikes randomly. And at first I thought it maybe was the game, and I read online that like the game had some issues, and then I kind of, it just wouldn't go away. So I thought I would look up the Switch OLED, and people were saying like, oh, it might be your dock, like maybe your Switch is just broken. Like not the dock, but the Switch itself, maybe like it's just broken, and unfortunately you just got like a bad Switch, and it happens, and then you would probably need to like send it in for it to be repaired. And I was freaking out, and then somebody suggested like maybe you have some stuff plugged into your dock and it's overloading the dock, and I tried removing the charging station and put it somewhere else, and I had no issues afterwards, like no lag whatsoever, nothing at all. So I'm guessing that was the root cause of the issue, which means that if you are trying to get this controller, I strongly advise to just plug it into like an outlet directly instead of into the dock itself, because the Switch dock doesn't seem to be able to like just work properly with a dock plugged in this. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Something I noticed, and kind of sucks, and it made me freak out for a little bit. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys had a great start of the year. I saw some family yesterday, it was fun, and yeah, we're gonna go and play some games. It's probably gonna be a shorter stream today. I'm extremely tired, so we're gonna be checking out the game, and then after a little while, I'm probably gonna have to go. But tomorrow we should have a longer stream. Tomorrow we're checking out Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm starting out Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I've always meant to continue the series. I kind of like finished the first game over a very long time, and then kind of took a long break, and then did the DLC recently. But now that I did the DLC, I'm just itching for more. I want to play so much more Xenoblade. It was so much fun. So I'm excited. I'm excited to start like a new adventure with new characters and new stories and all that jazz. So so tomorrow is going to be the day when we start the adventure. Also, I'm thinking of bringing back maybe Let's Plays. I'm not sure. The goal to kind of stop making Let's Plays, it was too much work for me. But I think the too much work part was because of the way I was structuring it. So I'm not sure. I'm still debating on what I'm going to do. I might just like record myself and just, let's say I stream for like, let's say I play for like 2 hours or 3 hours. I just like take that and I just like upload it to YouTube and just do one video with that itself in it, with no editing whatsoever. So I'm thinking I might do that. I'm not sure. And not for every game, just for like very, very specific title. And in this case might be Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I'm not sure either if I'm going to do that or not. I still want to make proper YouTube videos, so I'm still thinking about like what I'm going to do and when I'm going to do it. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Without further ado, let's jump into the game. Let's do it. Hold on. Okay. Oh, it's still in that game. I don't want to play that game right now. We're not playing Baton Kaidos or Kaidos. Oh, I don't have any water. Just hold on, guys. I forgot my water. I'm also not on the screen for some reason. Hold on. There I am. Okay. Just hang tight. I don't have any water. Okay. I have the water now. We're good to go. Let's check it out. Suit of Chronos. Soul of Chronos, I should say. Souls, plural even. Yeah, look at that. Okay. I do like the art style though. Show damage taken? Oh, probably like numbers above my head or something. Nah, it's fine. The apocalypse triggered some sort of fusion. It brought a disaster, but also brought Chronos to the people. Some say that the apocalypse was a trial from the gods, and that Chronos was a gift from the gods for humankind's efforts. Chronos attached themselves to things and devour time. They enter a pact with the linked and assimilated into human society. It's been 15 years since the apocalypse, but people still talk about Chronos and other foreign races. Astella is a seaside town located a little further away from the center of the Valois Empire. Even though most people think about gangs and crimes first when they hear its name, Astella is still a popular destination for tourists and merchants. The land nurtured by the sea tells the tales of the 7 heroes and their treasures, as well as the men of the sea. Adventurers, politicians, merchants, gangsters, and the restless rebels. They're all after something. And this is also where his adventure will begin. What is making you so happy? The tall, lithe, well-lit man in a ponytail flashes his eyes over Sid as he rubs his fingers over the hilt of his sword. He is handsome and is wearing a pair of gold-framed glasses, but judging from the way he dresses, you will not want to mess with him. Didn't you read the news? The Cass Val is finally doing a test run in its first stop. Its first stops actually. Thanks, but no thanks. You've been telling me the same thing over and over again. Vitali, I love his name. The metal worm thingy has definitely made a dent in the Empire's coffers. It's called a train, Vital. Folks in the capital will laugh if they hear you. Right, smartass. So this is why you have been keeping your head in the clouds all day long. Dialogue options will appear as you advance the story. Different options will increase the corresponding story stats and subsequently impact the ending of the game. Oh, interesting. Okay. Blue icons represent Sid's personality traits, while red icons represent Tori's abilities. These story stats can be viewed in the dialogue window or by summoning the wheel. You still remember our job? Oh, it tells you which stats upgrades. Hey, Alpha, what's up? How you doing? What is this game about? We just started. It's an indie RPG for Nintendo Switch. And Steam. We literally just started like a few seconds ago. So I don't know what the story is about yet. Seems to be like we're on. There was like a huge thing that happened a little while ago, like a big apocalypse or something, and then like kind of people recovered, and now the game begins. And it's cool. It has like dialogue choices, but that impact the rest of the game, including the ending, apparently. So like right now, we're kind of looking at like what we want to upgrade, and then it has like a little stats next to it and says up, and it boosts that specific story stats, if you will. And then like depending on how much of that stats you have, that's when that's how the story would kind of develop. We'll be joining the Great Railway Project. I'm gonna go with that one because our character was super into trains. The day after the storm or something like that? Well, kind of, yeah. We'll be joining the Great Railway Project. I'm so excited. You better pull yourself together or you can say goodbye to Seka's recommendation letter. The treat at the capital is on you tonight. All right. Now tell me what's exactly the deal. You're making it like I am the one hiding things from you. Okay, listen up. Vitali pulls a notebook with the logo of the hyena from his chest. The cover is spotless. It shows how meticulous Vitali is. Hey, why are you just standing there? Get yours out. That's just out of context. That sounded so wrong. Dang it. I remember I still had it at the docks yesterday. I have a spare. Here. Vitali sighs and hands Sid a spare. It carries out the same fragrance that Vitali uses, made out of a herb from the southern borders. So, like, so the little notebook smells like his perfume. More and more folks are forgetting their fees, so we're going to give them a kind reminder. Oh, so we're debt collectors. We'll need to make sure that they know who is in charge, so make sure you do it good and proper. It's not even debt collectors. We're like gangsters. We're like gonna shake people down. like remember like we're gonna get the protection fee. Got it. We're doing it together. It'll be fine. Whatever, but before we go, we'll have to get that thing of yours repaired first. It's not that thing. It's got a proper name. It's Nidhogg prototype. Whatever. So we've got the notebook. Use L to move around, A to interact. That's cute. Behind me it says like tat 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 because like that's the noise my feet is making. That's super cute. We don't need to go there yet. Oh, okay. Oh, a cat. Can I talk to the cat? No. so the buildings become like transparent whenever you walk behind them. That's cool. Oh, a chest. Perfect. Fused iron and gold. I have no clue. I couldn't use my sword in the town, I don't think. Maybe once we get into combat. It has action combat, so I'm assuming it'll make a swoosh sound. Good evening. This little joker's weapon needs some patching up. Hey, a girl is sitting on a high chair behind the desk where she had laid out a bunch of bits. She spins the gear on her fingertips and checks on the duo with her jewel-like eyes. Not touching any scraps from poor sods who can't afford to pay. Her purple tail is filled with fluid energy and is wagging quickly left and right. Basically, it's telling Sid and Vitaly to get out. Oh, come on, we need it for a job, Sid. Liz is shocked by the weapon that Sid had propped onto the desk. What the heck? It's the ultimate weapon that can take care of everything. Nidhogg prototype, cool, yeah? You idiot, look, you can't just tie things together, and what happens to these here? So like I made a weapon that doesn't actually work properly. I just decided to tape things together roughly. The nail gun flew off during the test. You think that's funny? Head it over. So I made a gun blade. First things first, no haggling though. Thanks. No problem, I'll pay. Just make it quick. Thanks, bro. Sid goes for a fist bump and Vitaly raises his hand just to set his hair. Oh my, did he just like freaking left me hanging? Oh, come on. I just want to get the job done as soon as possible. Save resting. The book is a save point. Please remember to preserve your progress. In addition to saving your progress, the blue light ball and campfire can also be used to rest. Resting can switch day and night and fully restore HP. After resting, the enemies will respawn. Okay. So resting respawns enemies. I don't know if I can help. A small rabbit girl has rolled up her sleeve and she's busy organizing the jars and bottles around her. Too busy to really entertain Sid. What type of weapon? I don't know. It seems to be like a gunblade or something. We're still setting up, but if things go smoothly, we'll open it tomorrow. Okay. All the while, the daemon is flipping through his aged tome nonchalantly with his legs crossed. Oh, look at him. Spit it. Liz is focused on her job, so she did not turn her head. Where are you from, Liz? What would I get for telling you? We'll get to know each other better. I'm not interested in guys, especially your type. Oh, she's not interested in guys. Damn, okay. I'm not trying to make a move. It's just that you're quite different from the other beast folks. It's better to keep some shadows for each other to chase. Liz does not seem too eager to the question. She returns to working on bits on the desk. What are the bits? Sid looks at the desks beside Liz. She used to pile her stuff there, but now the pile has been replaced by neatly arranged bottles and jars that are made out of glass or copper. At a closer look, some of them are actually fuming. They're new. This is, nice to meet you. I'm Ilona, and this is my master. We're traveling alchemists. The rabbit girl tips her head at Sid, and in a monotone, she introduces the lithe man by her side. I don't know how the weapon works yet. The man has a horn on his forehead, so he is likely a daemon. Sid had only seen a handful of them. We'll be in Ms. Liz's shop for a while, and we're open for business. Master, we've got a customer. Byragot is focused on his name is Byragot. All the while mumbling some arcane language. Quite unsettling, actually. That's just how the master is. I hope you aren't offended. Yeah, so they're renting my place to set up an alchemy workshop. Well, I'm not exactly an expert anyway. Are you interested? Why not come have a look tomorrow? Sure. Why not? You're in a rush, so I just did some quick fixes. The sword is beyond salvage. Bring money and material if you want it replaced. Oh man, that's it, really? Well, you know what? Since you're more than a few screws loose when it comes to weapon ideas, I'll give you priority service. Go try it out upstairs. But heads up, you'll have to pay extra if you want me to fix anything more. Okay, so whenever I have to repair the weapon or upgrade it or whatever, I'm gonna have to pay. Press Y to attack and press and hold Y to fire continuously. B to dodge. Okay. So I'm using it as a gun, basically. Oh, the range is super small. Okay. So it's not a weapon, it's literally like a little gun that I have. For your information, I can upgrade your weapon for you. You'll need fused iron. As for the details, ask Ilona. I'm not making any more for you here. I need my forge for bigger orders. Liz halts Sid as he's about to leave. Hey, wait, you'll need potions if you want to do alchemy. You can get them from Byrgod. We've struck a deal. It'll give me a good cut out of his sales. She then gives Sid a thumbs up. So that's what you're after. Well, it's up to you. It's not like you could get them anywhere else anyway. Okay, so the same conversation. So I can get them just now. Just yet. Yeah, Taka Taka makes the gun. That was the exact sound that it was making. Wait. This is like a marker. Like another marker. Go to Vista's place. Collect 2 fused iron. But what is Vista's place? Is that it? Mr. Vista. Sid knocked out of courtesy, but he only gets dead silence as an answer. The door is in the posh area. They feel different to the hand when you knock them. Why would I have expected anything from you? Let's see, do they know anything? Skinny male thug. We've been waiting for you, what? Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what it makes as a sound. Taka. Yikes, he was heading to the bar. The thugs quickly scampered after entering the duo. They'd actually answered before I asked. Saves us the trouble. Denny, his name is. Vitaly, here you are. Pops wants to see you. Got it. I will go see her right away. Pops and her. So Pops is a female. Vista may just be a merchant, but you still need to be careful. Okay. A tiny girl is sitting right in the middle of the road, gazing blankly ahead with the back of one of her hands on her forehead. Don't just watch, say something. The sudden surge of emotion is making the girl even more ill. I'm just thinking that, should I interrupt your nap? Nap? What the? What, is she sick? Sid watches the girl barfing her guts out. It is impressive nightmare fuel. Do you need a doctor? The girl is passed out? What's happening? Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought it was her dad, but like, or his dad, but then he said her. Sid puts the girl on his back and brings her back to the workshop with Ilona. The girl looks better after taking the aloneness potion, but she's only lasted a few sentences before she falls to slumber again. Didn't expect it to be food poisoning. She said she has eaten bread that was about to be thrown away. Ilona just realized that she hadn't actually got the girl's name. Is she okay now? She's fine, but she's drained, so she's catching some sleep. It's hard to read sometimes because it's like it hasn't been properly localized. So like it's localized, but it's really rough translation. I didn't know you're a doctor too. I just happen to have this antitoxin here. Okay, what happens here? Summon the wheel with the, okay. Then press to open the character screen and select an item from the pocket to equip. Oh, cool. So it's like a, okay. How do I? Oh. These are the settings. Entry. Oh, look at that. Little blurbs about every character. That's cool. She's an owl. Race owl, but she has bunny ears. Wait, she's a doctor? We're members of Hyena, apparently. I got 2 potions. No food. Nidhogg the First. And Nidhogg Longfang. Oh, look at that. I have a sword and a blade. Oh, I'm gonna equip the blade. Oh, you can equip whatever you want. So I want to go with Longfang. I have 1 fused iron, I need 2. I have some alchemy waste. And I have Vitali's notebook. Cool. So that's my character. Oh, pockets. So you can put stuff in your pockets here. And accessories too. I don't have any though. I don't have any secondary weapon. They're both weapons that I have right now are main weapons. Unfortunately, I can't attack during the night, so. Sorry, in the middle of the town. I only can attack during battles. And you get teleported to like a battle screen or something. Hello, cat. Took me long enough to find you. Oh, that's the merchant I was looking for. Okay. Stay away from me. I know someone in the police. Thick sweat begins to form on Vista's face. He tries to suppress his fear, but only manages to gape at his cracked lips and raise his eyebrows. Just pay up as you should. I need the money for my son's medicine. Cut the crap. You ain't got no wife, let alone a son. Sid throws a notebook on the ground, causing Vitali to whimper and step back. Wait, it's not Vitali, it's Vista. It's Vista that's like whimpering and stepping back. Vitali's not even here right now. Your protection racket is a bunch of crap. You thugs are not getting your hands on my money. I guess, but let's keep it simple. You don't mess with the hyena. Vista realizes that there's no way out. He takes a few more steps back and puts a hand into his chest. Let me go, I'll make sure you get something out of it. The antelope will take over sooner or later, and I can send them some good word for you then. Sorry, dude. Sid reaches to grab Vista and sees a sinister change in the latter's face. Something is off. Sid could feel it. Die. It's a gun right in his face. Sid is stunned. He can no longer breathe, and his feet are rooted to the ground. He could imagine the bullet tearing up his guts bit by bit in the overwhelming pain that would keep hitting him until he finally dies. Fragmented flashbacks begin to appear in his mind. His childhood, his sufferings, his happenings, they are what makes the existence of Sid himself. Think about shot. He's exiled from Estella for killing a top dog in the hyena. Since then, Sid has promised himself to stop being a crybaby. He will face and overcome any challenges with a smile. For he wants to see Shot again, and he dares not waste a life that Shot has granted him. Okay, Apocalypse. It's definitely a translation mistake for sure. Yep. It has been 15 years since the apocalypse, the worst disaster in history. Whatever had Estella achieved in the past 100 or so years were all swept away. Even now, people still don't know the exact death toll in that disaster. Sid's parents are among the uncountable losses. It is also after the apocalypse that Mad Dog Shot took Sid as a brother. Apocalypse, yeah. Think about the hyena. Shot was the best fighter in town. He joined the hyena and Sid tagged along. The hyena may be a notorious gang, but for Sid it is home. About Tori. Sid survived the apocalypse and met Tori, a Chronos, on the island. Talking with the Chronos made him forget the apocalyptic scene from Estella. They talked about the world outside, well, what remained other than sadness. So they made a promise to leave this place and go somewhere far, far away. They can't do this without the other. Sid, a familiar voice from behind awakens Sid. He is back to the moment once again. He finds that everything is slowed to a crawl. The flicker of the dust, the flow of the wind, and even how the muscle are twisting on Vista's face. Apologies. Then he feels as if something is tugging his guts, along with an eerie buzz ripping his ear. The world begins to twist along with his pain. Shot's necklace is flashing. Move. The gun goes off. Now it is Vista who is stunned, with his mouth gaping. You son of a... What do you mean take him? Team up with Tori. Tori joins your combat as your partner. You share character levels with her and will be able to decide your combat style. Use Y to switch target for Tori. Really? But Y is how I hit people. It doesn't do shoots, it does pow. Also, I just fought 3 thugs and not 1 guy. Didn't get him, at least I got the money. Tori smiles and appears in front of Sid. She's a Chronos, or what some people call a gift from the gods. They look similar to humans, but are many tiers better physically. I should have drawn your face, Sid. You looked like a total simp. A simp? Plunge both hands into the air. Oh, I can't laugh with Tori because my stats isn't high enough, probably. I'm still alive. The experience has knocked Sid flabbergasted. He is unable to hold it any longer and plunges both of his hands into the air with joy. I'm alive, right? He points at himself and asks Tori, who is still laughing wildly. Yes, there will be 1,000,000, please. The next time I see that bastard, I'll bust his face in. Sid takes a deep breath and interrupts Tori, who is still laughing all along. Alright, now tell me what happened. I didn't actually do much, I just found you and rushed here. So the time stop, it's not you? Sid runs a finger over the necklace. He is finally calming down. Can you do that again? I would if I could, and not let him get away. Anyway, I saved you. You'll have to buy me some roasted chestnuts. Alright, after I report the job, I'll go with you. Don't even think to run. So she's like a Chronos, but also like she's got ears, but like fox ears or like squirrel ears. That was a lot of money. What are chestnuts? They're kind of like, well, they're kind of nuts, kind of like almonds or... People like roast them over fire and then like eat them that way. I'm supposed to be going that way, right? Wait, is my health like fully back? No. So we don't heal after a battle. Sounds delicious. I've never actually had them roasted though. Sid, you're back. Something bad happened. Marco is green in the gang, so he's often sent on guard duties. He's basically the doorman of the building. The oversized uniform and its rolled sleeves make Marco look even lankier than he already is. He steals a few uneasy glances around and leans towards Sid. We found Jet dead in the trash dump this morning. It must have been the antelope, those bastards. Those scum. The antelope thinks that they could force us out with this. Jetty doesn't. I'll make them pay. So, it seems like in dialogue, you have like a specific stat that's attached, and you get to pick. Like sometimes the stat will increase based on what you do, what you choose, and then some other times, dialogue options are limited by what your stats are. So even though I had like a bunch of options earlier, I couldn't do anything because I was locked into one specific stat because I was meeting the requirements just for that one answer. She just found money on the ground? Yo, that's awesome. Chest right there. Don't know what mortal grass is. Boy, a goner's a goner. Old Joe is standing stoic by the desk and watching over the room with his arms crossed, like a typically made man of his era, but age and sadness are obvious on his face. You've heard what happened to Jet. Yeah, nothing much that an old geezer like me could do though. Everyone will buy it sooner or later, but a kid, that's just sad. Report to what's his face on the second floor. Okay, we could do that. Yeah. I hope you have something important to say. Seka's office is stifling compared to the hustling hall. There's nothing but Sid's footsteps, the rustle of a pen over paper, and the overwhelming stench of tobacco. The red-haired matriarch of the hyenas is sitting across the mountain of documents with a pipe burning by her side. She lifts her head and looks at Sid. The lack of sleep is taking its toll, but her eyes are still sharp as steel. Talk about Jet. Marco told me what happened to Jet. Is it the antelope? Who knows? Maybe something personal. Seka stops working and picks up the pipe. She must think that Sid should know more about the issue. A long is engraved on the pipe, a snake-like fantasy creature from the distant east. The lore came to knowledge in this region thanks to trade after the apocalypse. People of the Empire love myths and folklore anyway. Everyone wants a city on the island, but whoever them makes a move first will lose out, so none have made a move yet. It doesn't matter if it's the antelope or not. What's important is that some force is pushing us from behind and breaking the stalemate. What's so special about Astella? The big guys want to develop this place and everyone wants to get the so-called Seven's legacy. So rather than the gang feud, we're more like fighting the nobles and the workers that support them. That's the antelope. Among the antelope, there are those who are with the nobles and those who are with the workers, and they aren't on good terms. Those sent here are of the latter, led by Keen Burnings, a brat of direct blood of House Hino. But the governor and we work hand in hand, so they're unable to make a move on us. The late governor to be exact, but I guess Stellan doesn't change anything after taking over. The director Porto not say anything. If he makes a move, then we're going all out. But don't worry, as long as the governor is with us, we'll still be above the antelope. What should we do? Nothing, the director hasn't issued any order. I'll talk to the boys, you stay calm too. But the boys won't. The governor, us, and the antelope will be co-developing this island. I don't want to go flop at this point. But I'll make them pay when the time is right. Trust me. Seka ends with a confident smile. It is such charisma that has earned her trust of the lost youths of the gang. The dialogue is really hard to read sometimes. The antelope is splintered from Geralt Hino's worker unions. That old bastard controls every union in the Empire, but they don't all put their weight behind the antelope. There are folks who don't wish to put their fingers in the gang's dirty pie, more like most of the folks. The gang's dirty pie, Sid finds that amusing. Anyway, as long as Geralt keeps playing that workers card, there will always be fresh blood for the antelope. He couldn't care less about the workers, let's say he's just that juggler who's keeping the power balance between the nobles and the workers. They thought Estella would have been a piece of cake, but they've underestimated us. Tough luck. Talk about Vista's payment. I've been working for about 40 hours straight, so just get right to the point. Seka then drums her table at a beat, more or less telling Jet to get the heck out without saying it out loud. But Jet is dead. I'm not Jet. I'm Sid. I never heard that he would dare to play rough. He almost got me. Blech. Any dog will bite when you back them into a corner. You let him go. I got the money anyway. There's no point pushing it. You haven't killed anyone yet. Am I right, Sid? Why suddenly the question? I mean, if I could have... No, I'm not saying that you should get your hands dirty, but you'll have to be prepared if the worst comes to the worst. Sid wants to go on, but he finds that he has only empty words. I got you. Beast is dead. Just pass it to old Joe. I'm too busy to handle money lately. How's he doing? He's still tough as the old bastard, okay? Remind Seka of the recommendation letter. I want to go to the capital. You knew that. He wouldn't wish to see his brother ending up there. Seka goes back to working on the documents. I want to hear Shot's side of the story, and I want to see the world with my own eyes. There's nothing worth seeing, just ruthless tyranny taking over our place and the antelope. I'll judge for myself, but I need the recommendation letter from you. No, I've promised Shot that I'll look after you. Seka just continues to go through the documents. There's no chance for Sid to haggle for the letter with the job he had just done. Suggest to investigate on Jet's case? Let me take on Jet's case. I'll find that bastard and I'll bust his ass, no matter if he's with the antelope or the nobles. Sid punches into his palm and looks at Seka in the eyes with determination. And I want my recommendation letter. No, even if Tori's helping you, it's still too dangerous. I'll still do it whatsoever. Just give me a chance to prove myself. You're a big boy now. She loosens her brows, leans back into the chair and crosses her legs. Just make sure you know your limits. And one more thing. Don't die. I'll give you your letters and I'll tell you all about Shot then. Promise? Promise. It's been quite a day. Go take some rest. Okay. It's a bit of a shame because like the combat so far seems overly simplistic, but the environments are super cute. The character art is really cute too. The UI needs work though. Like especially when it comes to like words and dialogues and stuff, because it clearly shows that it's not supposed to fit the UI elements properly. Like for example, there was a chat bubble earlier and it was like this big, but the text was this big. So you could see the text go over the bubble and like out of the bubble. And that's probably because it was made in a different language and they just translated the text without making sure that it fits the dialogue boxes. And And it's the same with some of the UI elements also, like the quests and stuff, and like other things. Like sometimes words go over other words, and it's a bit of a shame because like it kind of feels like they didn't care enough to kind of port it properly. Like it's probably a very, very budget title for sure, but it kind of, it's weird. Like usually I wouldn't mind as much if some of those issues, like some of those UI issues and bugs would be out of the way, like tucked in a corner of the game where like nobody goes. But they've been up in my face since the start of the game, which means that like on the main golden path, it's like issues have not been fixed, which is not a good sign. Which means it probably did better in like the original language, which I would assume is probably Japanese. Like I'm assuming like in Japanese, everything must fit properly. I just wish I spoke Japanese. I'm assuming it's Japanese. I might be wrong though. You can't change it here, so I can check what the other languages are, but I think it's Japanese. When Tori wants to talk to you, a bubble will appear above her head. Tap an old R to speak with her. Tori is always by your side. Considering talking to her more often, maybe you'll eventually discover something new. Oh. What kept you so long in there? I'm starving. Ask her about the hyena. What do you think of the hyena? It doesn't matter, I'll go wherever you go. No, I mean, look, we aren't exactly model citizens, and the shitty stuff that we do, aren't you at least a bit bothered? The gang's rackets are not always against scum like Vista. Sometimes it involves commoners too. I don't care. But the other members give me food, so I don't hate them. That's cold. Could be Korean. Yeah. Sid is unable to figure out exactly how exactly it is between him and Tori, for the two got together all because of a pact. No longer they are together, the more Sid realizes how humans and Chronos see things differently. We got work to do. You can handle it alone, right? I know my limits, I'll need you this time. I need something to eat right now, no work. Tori covers her ears to push her point. We'll go to the capital after this, so this will be our last job in Estella. Nope, our last job with the hyena. Sid could see it. The day he leaves, he would stand here and take a final look at the guild hall. Oh, we can be with the hyena afterwards? Seka is afraid that being affiliated with the gang will bring me trouble, so she'll strike my name off once we leave Estella. Tori seems to have accepted it and begins to count with her fingers. I think the names sound Korean, but I don't know. I mean, could be Korean, yeah. Yeah, give him the payment. This is Vista's payment. Finally, will these wannabe smartasses ever learn? Old Joe nonchalantly checks out, collects the sum. Sid reminds himself that Old Joe isn't just any old-timer, but a gang's trusted accountant for all these years. Things are getting rough, so you'd better be prepared for more of this. Where's Rita? She's gone to Bennett, but she should be back soon. She's like a daughter to you, no? I'm still looking over the accounts. We'll have all sorts of sketchy folks in the gang. It's still too early to pass everything on to her. Any jobs? Those jobs are popping up more and more often lately. Maybe it's the antelope again. Things have not been good for the past few years, and the phrase has caught on with the gang. Let's get to the details. There's this woman who's been missing her deadline. If she says no again, grab her daughter. No what ifs or how abouts. You guys are after her daughter all along, right? Old Joe did not say anything. He's not bothered by Tori's accusation. It's just business. How long have you been with the gang? 20 years, give or take. I was with Porto. We aren't exactly the good guys, but it was good times for me at least. Why don't you go with the director? There's no right or wrongs, but people change. Porto too. A silver pocket watch is ticking in Old Joe's hand, and every tick marks another unstoppable step in life. I don't blame him. Once you got that power, you've just got to keep going. Scarf of a veteran hyena. Since it is relatively rare, carrying it around demonstrates your status and power, increases the experience the character has obtained. Press to open the wheel when choose accessories to want to equip the accessory slots. No, not backpack. It's characters. This is what I mean, like I just equipped something and then the entire menu on the left side just went down like a notch. Like it's not a big of a deal, but it just like shows that like what should I do? Leave it to me, don't get in over your head. Sits pats Marco on his back to try to calm him down. So I have to find someone for a side quest. Hey! Sid rushes to pick up the wounded hyena as Tori draws her blade and steps further ahead to face the enemy. Sid's mind goes blank as he struggles in vain to press and close the young hyena's wound. He could only watch his life and blood draining away from it. There's two of them. The hooded man leaves in silence while the man wielding the Orient blade, a katana, stays and watches calmly at the scene in the dark. He looks like Shredder. You must be the bastard that got Jet. Great, saves me the trouble. Sid has never seen someone like this in Estella. The man is wearing a weird full mask, and even by just standing there, he's giving out pressing, bone-chilling air. Oh damn, look at him. He looks badass. This will cost extra. The man in black engages Sid and Tori as if plotting something. Sid could feel that he would strike at any moment. Tori takes a step back, lowers her stance, and prepares for the fight. Ha, a Chronos. The words came muffled through the mask, but they still sting like daggers. The man puts his sword arm to his waist and puts one foot back. All swift and silent, he's out to get them, and Sid and Tori could both sense it. Tori, can you do that thing again? I told you, I don't know how I can actually trigger it. Come on, you can do it. Sid will not die before he gets to see the world. He's getting that familiar feeling again, that eerie buzz. The air is smothering him and he cannot move it. He could only shout for Tori in his mind. What was that? Who are you? Stop. Sid tries to give chase, but he drops as he's hit by wrecking pain all across his body. Sid? Hey, that's my brother, Shot. Or Scott, I guess. But Scott looks like he's ready for the inevitable farewell. After I'm gone, you have to take good care of Tori. She's your one and only sister. Seka will get behind it. Whatever you want to do, talk to old Joe if you need help on something. He might look like he doesn't care, but he's kind and thoughtful. And stop fighting with Vitaly. After all, you're childhood friends. The necklace was made from the strange stone you were holding when I saved you. Keep it safe. It was a miracle, wasn't it? No more buts. Sids, it's time for you to become a man. As long as you live, we will meet again someday. Sid doesn't remember how he responded, but none of the answers changed the fact that Scott left. And didn't change the fact that Sid is now on his own. In the darkness, the chaotic consciousness behaves like a bug, stretching its body, squirming and moving. It is no longer a part of Valios and no longer a part of this world. It spent a countless amount of time to be diluted and liquefied, and then dropped from a clear vessel, sending ripples that awakened a special sense. Like a pair of soft hands, they pushed him through the surface of the ocean. Again, it's very hard to read. Story will develop based on Sid's story stats. Don't forget to pay the black market vendor a visit. He now stocks wares that can affect Sid's fate. Sid comes back to his senses once again, but he is still slightly dazed. I hope that it's not something that will last. Tori smiles and asks Sid casually without a hint of worry on her face. It's like something is pulling me out of my body. It's scary, like, hey, don't tell me it just cost me a good chunk of my life. Sid abruptly pulls out of his necklace as if he has recalled something. You won't get to live long with a powerful Chronos like me anyway. This thing, I'd better go catch up with the others so they won't worry about me. Chronos feed on the time of their linked and provide their powers in return. Sid closes and opens his palms a few times, trying to get a grasp of the flow of life force in his body. There is also another point to note. Tori is still half-baked for a Chronos when it comes to applying her powers to combat. Tori earned skill points when leveling up, summoning the wheel, go to and learn new Chronos skills to make combat easier. Tori's stats will also increase after leveling up. Talk to her to select the right skill to make your adventures more exciting. Okay. What do you think of me? All rare. Better be serious and think twice before answering her. Yeah, you have a knack for finding what's hidden stuff, whatever that I've missed. I guess it's because you're human and I'm Chronos, you know, different perspective. I guess so. Oh, look at that. She has like a skill tree. I can't learn this, but I can learn this. Or these two. Tori has learned how to better control her breathing. Her gauge will now recover faster. Boost Tori's base crit. Okay, Alpha, have a good day. Boost Tori's base dodge and it restores HP after making a dodge. Don't know why I can't put point in here. There's like little pips, but I can't do anything with them. The harmonica that Scott left behind, it hasn't been used for a long time, but it sounds just the same. Decorations. Okay, don't know what that's for. Maya is out, I should come back later. Let's go now. Maya, is there a discount for cute Chronos? I don't know. What is she holding? That looks like a gun, but the shape is... The woman sees the duo as she is about to enter her home. She smiles. This is a hunting rifle. You probably haven't seen one because it's got no use in Estella, but for folks like me who hunt for a living further inland, it's staple gear. But more like I used to in Bennett. Now that I've moved here, it's not really useful anymore. The Ensam Huntress shakes her hands with Sid. It is a firm and powerful grip. A hunting rifle. Wow, there are so many things out there that I have no idea of. You had never left town, right? The cities further inland are whole different places compared to Estella, and I've seen a lot of them. I'm planning to leave town soon. Can you tell me more about your travels? You're fun, boy. How about we have a little game? Sure. Let's try it out. Let's see how good you are with a gun. Vanessa tosses a hunting rifle to Sid and picks her own up. Don't go too hard on yourself. A deadly weapon gifted by Vanessa and modified by Liz. When equipped, tap an old ZR to aim and release ZR to fire. When out of ammo, it will automatically reload after a certain amount of time. Release ZR when the scope flashes for a guaranteed critical hit, ends its name, no escape. I succeeded. There was no sound though, or anything. You're pretty good for a first timer. Here, it's yours. I can't. I mean, you need this for your living. I said it's yours. Just take it. A hunting rifle commonly used by those who live inland with a range of 100 meters. It's not as good as military rifle, but it's enough for its intended use. Is that like an optional weapon or like? It is not a secondary weapon. And it is not a main weapon either. And it's not an accessory. So I don't know what it is. What's the rush? How do you find Estella? Rampant corruption, oppression, crime, and a terrible gap between rich and the poor. But there are the good folks in the sea too. I had never seen the sea until I came here. There are the good folks in the sea too. Okay, yeah. The sea. Sid and Tori turns their eyes at it. To them, the sea is what it is. It is dark, deep, immense, harsh, and unforgiving. Yet it also provides. It is the silent, indifferent witness of the rise and fall of government and civilizations. It cares not for the malice of the people against it. It will always be there. The sea is a source of life, and we humans are connected to it. It's the first time that I've come so close to it, so I could feel it. I'm not sure about you, but I do. I guess it's because us hunters have been taking lives on a daily basis with rifles, bows and arrows, spears, daggers, traps, and all that. I'm not sure about you, but I do feel like I guess it's because us and I've read that before. Psst, you seem to be made for Estella. I guess that's why I'm not exactly bothered by the things that happen here, but then I also won't just stand and watch. What's happening in Bennett? Things went downhill for everyone since the hyena came to Bennett. There was no grudge in Vanessa's tone, at least not against Sid. She's just relaying the situation of the misfortunes of Bennett. Kidnapping and trafficking women, racketeering, the folks were afraid of repercussions, so they just sucked it up. But Vanessa stops halfway. She seems to remember something. Before I moved over, I heard that 2 outsiders had busted the hyena base in Bennett. I wonder who they are. I mean, those scums aren't pushovers. They say that one of them has white hair. Oh, don't even think about going after them. I'll be the first one to stop you. Vanessa raises a fist to stress her point. No, don't worry. These guys had it coming anyway, but now you've got me hooked on that white hair guy. It's not cheap to live here, so how are you getting by without hunting? Don't worry, things will work out. I'm actually heading to the pier to learn fishing, and who knows, the rifle may come in useful on the island. You're planning to get on the island? There's this expedition happening soon, right? I'm planning to tag along. Nice. Maya is great at cooking fishes. Make sure you count me in when you find her. You bet. Just wait till I get my first catch. Oh, you can pickpocket people? Damn. The man is sitting with his hands crossed, his knees watching the hands make their beeline. He notices Sid and smiles at him lazily. Don't you have Raoul, don't you have a job? I'm only in my 20s, so that means I'll probably have to toil another 50 years or so. A little break wouldn't hurt, right? He's in his 20s? Damn, dude, looks good. Raoul is not tall and he's rather pale for a duckhand. He carries a chill vibe. So we've always been counting on ants to kill time. They're like us duckhands, but it's much easier for them. They toil because they were born for it. Why so for us though? He picks up an end and examines it. And of course, I do more than this. I read here. I love books. What happened to the statue? I heard an explosion last month. I guess someone got a bomb and blew this handsome guy up. How could anyone do this? That's terrible. Raoul may be saying so, but judging from his expression, he does not really care about the statue's destruction. Must have been the guy from the Union, I guess. Here, I found this somewhere. Takes the card from Raoul. It's a card that features Papel, one of the 7 heroes. Why are you giving me this? Well, it's not mine anyway. Just pass it on if you don't want it. What do you think about the gang? It was the hyena that pulled this place out of anarchy after the apocalypse. No one could deny that, but once they're done, they didn't step down. They maintained the iron grip. Porto is a good businessman, but then he's also a rough guy, so that means the city did prosper, but at the price of violence running rampant. The gap between the rich and the poor has also got worse. So you hate the gangs? Not exactly. I hate any oppression. Even if you get rid of the gang, someone will still take over. There will be no end to the problem unless you get to the root. Only good at thinking over issues, but I'm no good at coming up with solutions. Raoul throws his hands up to show that there is nothing that he can do. Tell me about the 7 heroes. Can you tell me more about the 7 heroes? I don't know much about them. Talmus and his 6 buddies saved the world from the apocalypse, so the Emperor gave them that title afterwards. I guess you know this bit, right? Yep, so what happened to them? 3 of them got it posthumously. No one knows what happened to the 4 that remained after they dissolved their party. Papel's from this place, so that's why he's got a statue here. Where do you get all these books? I get a lot of books from a merchant that's looking after me. They're turning you into a lazy bone, but at least I got an open mind and know how to differentiate good from bad. Even before he started his journey to save the world, Papel was known as a good thief. Because of that fact, his statues look nothing like him. No one remembers when he really looks like. Even so, it's enough that people understand the freedom that he once stood for. Okay. I guess these are like vendors. They are. Hey, look at poor Tori here. She's a bag of bones. Don't you dare to cut corners and starve her out. She just doesn't gain weight. Show me what you got. Honey, sea salt. Used in cooking. Rock sugar. Fresh greens. Oh, chestnuts. Oh, I got a fish, a free fish. Dude, that's awesome. Have you fired a gun before? Nope, I guess I'm gifted. You're getting over yourself. But what if I am gifted though? Oh, that's the antelope's place. Okay. Don't need to go there yet. Can't go there either. The man then smiles as if expecting something from Sid. Where are you from? I'm from Timene. I come here to see Papel's statues, but then he points outside the shop and chuckles. Half a statue is not something exactly worth seeing. Timene, that's what they've set up in the capital to deal with Chronos. I hate places like that. Same here. I'm happy to be anywhere but that place. Ilya checks Sid and Tori. Looks like the Timene does not have an office here yet. Then there's also the shop owner. Well, I will pretend that I did not see a lot of you for now. What do you do here? All sort of internal affairs, which there is nothing worth writing home for. The Timene or Timene has got a system running so it could run by itself even if it's a hint or two. Let's say the government thinks that it will be safer if I stay with the Timene, so they have given me this special offer. So you're in house arrest? Not exactly. I would not have been able to come here to spice things up for them. They will thank me later. Anyway, I've just been in town for a few days and want to relax and have fun and not overthink things. Okay, what sort of reality am I in? The gods would have destroyed this world if not for some brave fools to have stood up against them. There were these 7 exceptionally lucky guys who stopped the gods from descending and tearing the world apart. After the apocalypse, His Majesty came forward and put everything back in line. Hail to the Emperor. He says so with a smile, but nonchalantly. It is as if he's just repeating some facts for heck knows how many times. But the crumbles of fate had dealt a much stronger and long-lasting blow than anyone would have expected. It dragged the Empire into war. There were the remnants of the Southern Empire, pockets of cultists, and all sorts of bandits everywhere. The Empire was on the verge of collapse. So is it better now? Oh, it is better now if you compare, but for how long? His Majesty has passed away. Sid had never heard people talk politics before. Estelle is a city of ships and dockhands after all. Uprising. Sid split the word out of reflex. Spilt. He heard the term from a merchant, but he does not exactly comprehend it. Ilya just shrugs in response. Will we meet again? Well, I'll stay here for a while. I have the gut feeling that something interesting will be happening. Well, just a heads up, this isn't a safe town. Ilya bows to thank Sid for his reminder. I want to talk to Liz. There it is. Hey, Blastemer, what's up? In the sky, the stars on the beaches, the seagulls, and in the middle of my legs. Wow. Wow. Love that. This rifle is old. Can you clean it for me? I'll make some mods to make it more handy for combat. Wait, she just modifies my gun like that? Swapped in a custom barrel. It's quite a heavy piece, so take care when you use it. Hunting rifle Howl Mark 1. Whoa, she modified it to me. Well, it looks like a freaking, like a super modern weapon. Damn. Wait, can I go in that building? Oh yeah, that's what I was in when I was with the bedroom and stuff. I didn't expect you to see you so soon again, also not in such a way. The thing yesterday, any news? He said that he had never seen anyone dressed like that. He also said that he'll want to thank you in person once he gets off bed. Give him some time. Sika will not let her anxiety show under any situation. It is such grit that causes Sid to put his full weight behind her for anything. So you mean that it's some group from outside? A set of doubts. You know, it isn't uncommon for people to put on disguises for dirty jobs. We have no proof that it's the Antelopes. The sudden breakthrough for the case has come to an even more sudden dead end. Sid is kind of devastated. Make fun of yourself. So we're back to square one. Tough luck, I guess. Sid scratches his head, hoping to hide his disappointment from Seka. You've changed a lot. Seka's face suddenly softens. Don't forget that you've other jobs too. Try to get some of them done while you investigate. Okay, now off you go. I want to ask you about something. They said you've passed out last night. I guess I was too tired and I also used Tori's power. It is out of reflex, but Sid avoids mentioning his necklace. He did not turn to face Seka as he replies, for he's afraid that she would find out. Okay. Oh, I got tons of fused iron. Okay, now we got what we need. Who's feeding you again this time? The grilled chestnut that Tori is holding are making Sid hungry. He realizes that he's not eaten anything since he got out of bed. Old geezer. You should call him Old Job. By the way, should I pop over at the Cape to tell Maya that I'm alright? Definitely, I'm still 1 meal short from yesterday thanks to you. So we have to go back to the Cape. But first though, we'll see if we can like upgrade a weapon or something, because we had a mission to get like 2 fused iron and we got like 5 of them now, I think. Hey Steve, thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too. Hope you had a good time. Oh, look at that. So each weapon has like a skill tree. Nice. Rested well. Yeah, rested well. I'm getting back to work like on the 9th. So until then, kind of just chilling, basically. Just relaxing. Checking out a few different games, just having fun. The Cape, yeah. The thuggish young man is trying to overwhelm his opponent by going as loud as possible. His opponent may be quite vertically challenged, but judging from the bottle in his hand, he is more than eager to turn this into a fight. The fishermen sitting around are urging them to do it. They are banging their mugs and dishing out an assortment of crude jeers and prods. They're totally ignoring the exasperated Maya. They want action. They want a proper good bar fight. The guy reeks of alcohol and Sid cannot help but take a few steps back. There is a saying in Estella, don't try to reason with the men of the sea. If you break anything in here, you ain't leaving here walking. Wow, dude. The thug is cracking his knuckle and his veins are bulging on his face. Liquid courage is definitely doing its work and Sid could smell it, plus some sausage. You're still talking? I'm starving. Yeah, we're gonna, you know, mess him up first. Nice. Awesome, man. Have a good day at work today. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Weird. The woman behind the counter looks to be in her 30s. She's Maya, the owner of the Cape. Maya's skin is smooth and she's wearing her wavy hair in braids. She's cleaning the mugs and gently looking over her patrons with gentle eyes. A part of Sid has been looking for a motherly figure in his life after losing his family. To him, Maya's demeanor somehow makes him feel like home, and it's why he's staying here. Should I thank you for not destroying my counter? I've given up on trying to reason with drunkards. If you really want to thank me, put more meat in mine. Looking at the two cheerful and innocent faces, Maya can only sigh, but not without a smile. Oh, you. To Maya, Sid is still the mischievous kid from many years ago. After what happened, she hoped that nothing around her changes until she dies. What do you feel like having today? Lunch set for him and actually just a cup of tea for me. Set for her, I guess. Story is female. Sid only just realized that he still doesn't have an appetite. Did the unknown power change me somehow? No, not unknown. It's important that Scott left it for me. Maya communicates the order to the kitchen, then turns to look at Sid. Are you alright? Probably just tired. Sorry I made you worried. It's fine. You can always talk to me if you need someone to listen. Do we just chill? I didn't see you at the hall. The man with glasses is enjoying his peanuts. Sid pats him. I know you will be here, so I decided that I might as well come here and wait. Anyway, good to see that you're still in one piece, dimwit. Sid and Vitaly does a fist bump. I heard that you're going after the murderer. Looks like you're serious about getting to the capital this time. There's a hint of joy in Vitaly's voice. He grew up with Sid, so he knows that his good friend is truly obsessed with the capital. I've always been serious about it. Do you know what you're trying to do here? You might be a goner. Vitaly is not only implying that Sid might get killed, he's more worried that Sid may come up on things that will push him past the line of no return. I got you. I will help with the investigation too, so you keep your head. Oh, now that you're in, we'll definitely solve the case then. Vitaly just keeps his silence and pops a handful of peanuts into his mouth. Yeah, what took you from the job yesterday? Why was Seka asking for you yesterday? It's for the expedition to the island. We'll have to work with the antelope. Everyone knows that it's not something that they could chew alone, so the negotiations went on quick and smooth. They're putting me as a squad leader. Sounds dodgy. Look at how things are now. There's no way that I would let an antelope watch my back. The feeling is probably mutual, but word is going around that the government will make a move on the island, so there's no choice. Now that Stellan is taken over as governor, not sure what he would do though. That's weird. They keep talking about the island. I have no idea. Apart from being one of the 7 heroes, Popel is also known as a great rogue. Legend has it that he has a trove on the island, the Seven's Legacy. Many have went for it, but few made it back. Seven's Legacy, yeah, I heard of it too. Sid feels a lump in his throat at the mention of the topic. Anyway, everyone seems to assume that there are treasures on the island, and if that's really the case, then I guess I could quit being a gangster. Oh, so you want to move to the capital too, Vitaly? You didn't have to hide that. Sid snickers and elbows Vitaly. The latter shifts away as if avoiding something dirty. There's only so much that you can do here. Anyway, anywhere works for me as long as it lets me make big money. You're amazing, Vitaly. I've totally no idea with money. That is because you're a dimwit. Vitaly seems to be flattered by Sid, so he pretends to take a sip to cover his face with his mug. Ask him about the antelope. A bunch of fancy-dressed, condescending wannabes. Deep down, they're just dirty like the hyena. Dirty gangsters. Aren't we gangsters too? Whatever. Also, they've been trying to one-up us and everything. You're spoiling the mood, so let's move on to something else. New governor. Osiris's bedrock Stellan is a decorated vet who's moving fast up the political ladder. He had actually chosen to come here, this backwater port known only for its crime rate. I guess he sees an opportunity in making big money here. Lucky him that the old bloodsucker maimed himself while hunting and had to step down. Oh, that's harsh. The old governor helped us a lot. Sid recalls the friendly face of the previous governor. You're always seeing people with rose-tinted glasses. That old bastard is nothing but a corrupted pig. It's all rumors, no? Whatever suits you. Vitali goes on to tuck into his soup and ends the topic. The petite girl is leaning lazily on the table with an elbow while running a finger over the edge of a standing coin with her other hand. Her droopy amber eyes behind her thick glasses point to the open book on the table, but she has obviously zoned out. She's running a finger over the edge of a standing coin. We've read that before. We've also read that before. Your reading is such a noisy place. I'm here to see you. The girl closes the book with a thud. Sid could see that it says Human Anna something on the cover, but he has no idea what those big words mean. I'm Cassia. Thank you for helping me that day. She seems rather annoyed by the thanking Sid. To be thanking Sid though. Oh my god, I'm not gonna answer that. Thank you, Lona. I only carried you to her workshop. I've thanked her already. She's poised and smart. I don't like to owe people anything, and I know that you're trying to tackle some problem. I have some leads for you. You know about the guy in black? Cassia is startled by Sid's strong reaction, so she fakes a cough to put in some distance. I saw where he ran. Where? Before that, this is... As if suddenly realizing something, she turns her amber eyes towards Tori. I'm the jewel of Estella, the one and only cute Chronos that you'll find in town. Nice to meet you. A Chronos? How is it? Cassia moves her eyes back and forth, the duo in shock. The then timidly reaches out to try and touch Tori. The latter decides to play along and lean into Cassia's hand, which causes the girl to immediately yelp and pull herself back. Okay, she doesn't seem scary though. It's a long story, I'll fill you in later, but first things first. Calm down a minute to where he had run. Come meet me at behind the cape. She's asking you out, Sid. Nah, we've only met once. You kept looking into her eyes. You know what, the pact has kind of linked our emotions, right? There's no point trying to hide it. So I'm into the girl, really? I mean, this isn't so much behind the cape as to the side, I guess. I heard fighting, then I saw the guy in black ran towards this direction. Cassia keeps her hands in her coat pocket and gestures to the manhole on the floor with her chin. Sid realizes that Cassia is even shorter than he thought he knew. Her coat is several sizes over like a shell. If she hadn't rolled up her sleeve into log, Sid would not have been able to see her pale hands. Sid realizes that Cassia is even I've read that before. I guess he ran down there. Great, I'll catch him. Tori, it's time for business. Hey, wait a minute, you fool. She points at the two ragged men nearby. The lanky one is slouching and rubbing his hands. The buff and topless one is picking his nose. I've asked, but they say they won't let anyone pass without Kiji's permission. I'm new in town, so who's Kiji? Sid is eager to solve it by brute force. Cassia cannot help but shakes her head. Who am I to say anything? Anyway, see ya. Boy, it's getting cold. It would be nice to have some miel liquor. Sorry, my friend, no entry here. The buff vagabond raises his staff across his chest as he sees Sid step forward. The staff has a sharpened tip and nails on the way down. It will kill. Despite the weapons and the move, the vagabond is actually wearing a smile and seems rather meek and harmless. Something happened? We shall all be sacrificed. The city has angered the gods, and only our measly death shall pacify them. We're goners. Goners! We should have never gone to the island. The lanky one suddenly trembles and presses his palms together to offer a silent prayer. Sid wonders why would anyone put such a person as a guard. Anne's gone cuckoo, so don't mind him, my friend. So you only listen to Kiji. We would have been long dead if not for the boss. My friend, misfits like us could only repay him with our lives. Then how are you different from the rest of the gangs? The boss says that we're free. He will give us jobs, but it's up to us to decide if we'll take them. We'll also not go radical against the government or the gangs, or in the boss's words, we're exploring a path for ourselves. Let's say that we're more like family. Not a gang, sure, but you're still a group of working for your own gains, and heck knows how or what exactly. Tori is standing aside and playing with her dagger lazily. She may be saying all these harsh words, but there is nothing on her face. She's just blurting whatever comes across her mind. Just the usual Tori. We're probably this sort of a bunch as you said, girl. The vagabond isn't bothered by Tori, he just snickers and stops. Oh, I can give him alcohol. How interesting. Doesn't have any male liquor. Maybe the Cape has that? It is a bar. Let's try that. See what happens. I reckon you fancy this. Oh, you're a good man, my friend. Our savior. The two vagabonds' eyes brighten at the sight of the miel liquor. They quickly grab and down it. So what happened down there, mate? We've sinned. The gods reside on the island. There's nowhere to run. I can't tell you the exact details. So a monster appeared and we had to run, and the boss is still thinking how to deal with it. A monster? You guys must have been starving so much that you're seeing things. The faceless one hails from the abyss. They have sent their apostle. The lanky vagabond presses his palms together and trembles as if he's begging for some giant monstrosity to spare his life. What's he talking about? Hans claimed to have seen a monster down there, but you know how he is, so no one really got what he is trying to tell us. If you're going in, this will come in handy. Oh, you mean an hyper potion? I'm in a rush. Can you pretend you didn't see me? I'm afraid I can't. Trust me, neither you nor I would want to face the wrath of the boss. I suggest you go ask for his permission if you really want to go down there. The vagabond props his staff on the floor casually. He does not seem to worry that Sid may play rough. And I would be in trouble if you got in and get hurt down there. Another one calling the shots. You'll have to talk to the boss. You're a hyena, right? I guess he won't let you go off that easy. Where's the boss? I heard he's a bull-headed old geezer. I haven't seen him before. He's the boss of C.A. Street, and yet no one has seen him. Well, they say he used to appear in public, but not lately. Where's C.A.'s though? Is it this way? That's Ocean View. Oh, it's a decoration for a little room. Okay. Don't know what that was for. Yes, clinic. Oh, that's where she works. Cassia did not notice Sid. She has one hand in her coat and the other propping her up her head on the chin, her mind occupied over something. Sid realizes that Cassia is even shorter than he thought he knew. What have you got there? Oh, she sells potion. What happened? I've lost everything, all but grief, alas, the last thing that is free for humans. The man is kneeling on the ground and weeping. He is tall and pale. He's wearing a pair of silver glasses. His long face is shrouded in misery. What a weirdo. You don't look like you're from here. If you're feeling unwell, there's a clinic further on that way. So yeah, good day and see you. Oh, 1 minute, please. The two of you look capable, so can I ask you for a favor? I can pay. I'm a bard. I was on my way to perform here, but I shipwrecked and lost everything. So can you help me recover my stuff? They might have been washed ashore. I have no idea why, but since the shipwreck, I get something like seasick even if I get close to the shore. I totally know the feeling, so no problem, I'll help you. Only I knew like where the shore is. Like, is this the shore? I guess not. There's no enemies here. Oh, CAs, there we go. Chilling, salty sea breeze cuts into the face of the duo as they entered CA's street. They see no one in the street, but they can sense pairs and pairs of assorted eyes watching them from the buildings. The street is empty, but there are definitely all sorts of people. There's ash and dust lulling in the air coming from in between awnings. The floor is paved in slabs that feel cold and damp to the touch, even with shoes on. The street seems to extend indefinitely. Going down this winding alley is like going down some grim memory lane. Despite the streets being cold and damp, Sid could feel heat moving up his spine to the back of his head, and it is slightly fuzzing up his mind. He tracks the sights coming from the buildings and finds that they are all pointing to the hyena badge on his chest. If looks could really kill, the badge would have already been turned to shreds. Why have we stopped? Sid finally comes back to his senses as Tori bumps into him and complains. Sorry, I was zoning out there. Hey, check this fool out. He's actually dares to flash a gang badge here. Sid is interrupted by the thug's mockery. Great, just the right time for some XP on legs. Let's go, Sid. XP on legs? Oh, scrubs, whatever. I love the XP on legs. Come on. Oh, they're kind of, whoa! They're, level 3. Anyone else? I was just starting to have fun. The thugs have run, but the glare that surrounds the duo remains. What a rare sight. Hyenas coming to CA Street. The young man moves his hand from the pommel of his sheathed blade, straightens his cuffs, and greets the duo. He is a handsome and tall, with shoulder-length blonde hair and deep, stoic amber eyes. Throw in a confident smile and you have a stunning piece of work from the gods. He's a masterpiece of the gods, even better if you throw in a confident smile. You're in charge here. I'm Robert, the number 2 of this place. I must regretfully inform you that you must go. We don't want your kind here. I need to talk to Kiji. Tell him that I'm here to deal with the trouble. I'm not here for gang business. I need to talk to Kiji. Why should I trust you? Robert injures his hip, lowers his core, and rests his hand on the pommel of his sheathed blade, readying himself for a quick draw. Sid is not exactly a martial artist, but he could sense that Robert is a serious threat. Let's get them, everyone. Wait, you reckon we were just bluffs, I guess? You saw how good she was, right? Sid does not want to fight Robert. He quickly points at Tori, who returned the favor in the same instance. She's Tori, a Chronos. I'm Sid, her linked. Sid recalls that he once did something similar to communicate with some beast folks merchants who do not speak the common tongue. A Chronos, intriguing. Chronos has been on the hype lately. Roberts mutters the word again, then loosens his stance and stands upright, but he keeps his hand on the pommel. I'm the Jewel of Estella, the one and only cute Chronos that you'll find in town. Nice to meet you. It's weird because that's clearly a bug also. It's supposed to be her, not Sid saying that. No wonder no human would have been able to do what you did just now. Yup, and I can beat your ass if I wish to. Robert is obviously annoyed by Tori's cheeky attitude, but he just frowns and did not say anything. Come with me. Don't try anything funny or I'll make sure you regret it. Does he have a pot on his head? The room is floored with old blankets. It's much warmer and cozier than outside. The room is dark except for the fire burning in the middle of the room. It's casting a flickering shadow on the host of the wall behind him. Yeah, he's got a pot on his head. Pardon me, my young friends. Please take a seat. The string of words came out deep and grim through the straw basket that the host is wearing over his head, like wind roaring through a deep cavern. The host is an old man who is sitting on the floor. Despite his age, he's giving a strong presence, like an old tree planted right in the room. But an old tree that is likely to wither and die soon. The flow of air, the flow of time, both seem to be coming to a crawl around the old man. Sid cannot help but take a deep breath at what he sees. He finally gets why people say someone is slipping away when they're about to die. He can sense the old man's powerful presence, but he can also sense that whatever that is supporting it is slipping away, until when it finally crumbles. I thought it was a mannequin. Tori, that's terrible. Mosquitoes. I'll be frank, I can't wait till it's safe down there, so how about we take care of what's down there for you too? It seems that you've come prepared. I shall not stop you then. Thank you and good luck. That was easy. It went much easier than Sid expected, so there's no need for the persuasion that he had prepared. I'll be up front, we're good. There's no reaction from Kiji. To be fair, it is hard to judge with that straw basket on his head. Kiji is just sitting right there, but Sid finds that he is just unable to find any openings, literally or figuratively. Sid and I are invincible together. But you'll first have to get the keys from the smugglers down there. Also, please pass this note on to those who are still down there. I'll arrange for the elevators to be fixed. That was a weird conversation. It worked out, but that was super weird. Speaking of weird, it is noon, you guys. And I did say earlier, whenever we started, that this was going to be a shorter stream because I had to leave extra early. So that was a little bit of sort of Chronos. If you enjoy the game, you can find it on Steam and you can find it on Twitch. And yeah, it personally for me, it's lacking a lot of it's very rough around the edges. So like there's a lot of like kind of weird visual bugs and or like UI kind of not working exactly right with English dialogues, which I'm assuming is because the original language was not English. It looks like some of the stuff isn't fitting the chat bubbles correctly. Like you see like something and it's just kind of like the text overlaps something else or it doesn't fit quite right. Hey Tabajima, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So it seems like it's not like super well kind of optimized for English dialogues. It seems like there's a lot of like bugs also, which is a bit of a shame because the bugs seem to they're on the golden path. Like I mentioned before, usually whenever you have like a QA do a pass like on a game or something, you'll have them work on the golden path first, which is like the beeline main path to the main story and no side quests, and that kind of path through from start to finish of the game usually is the most polished, and that's why like in games and stuff you'll find bugs and things, but usually they're like on side quests or like content that people barely see, and they're not like on the stuff that QA have worked the most on. Unfortunately, this game has a lot of like small, very small bugs that are not like, there was no functional bugs. There was no bugs that was like, oh no, this feature doesn't work or the combat doesn't work and stuff like that. But it was like minor, like graphical, like just issues with the dialogue, like I mentioned, or like the UI, and it's not bad. It's just that they like over like the time period that we played, it compounds into being kind of slightly annoying. It's getting more and more annoying whenever you get into a dialogue and it's like the wrong character showing up, or like the text kind of goes over the window, or there's something else going on. Like it's just very small issues, but they kind of like there's too many of them to kind of ignore them. But and again, it's a shame because like the gameplay is actually kind of fun. The combat is kind of fun. Like it's not super deep yet, but I'm assuming that later on it kind of develops into something that's deeper. The story seems kind of interesting. I love the settings. The environments are really cool. Like honestly, if it was just the environments and like the character art and stuff, and like if the dialogue was polished better, and like it would be a much better game. And it's actually pretty cool. It's just that it has too many small glaring issues to kind of ignore them and just be confident. Like this feels like a 5 out of 10, like a kind of a mid range. Like it's playable. The story is interesting. The characters are interesting. The music is good, but there are too many small issues right in your face that it's kind of like it seems that they either ran out of money and they couldn't do the QA they wanted to do, or like they just ran out of time, or I don't know. But it's a bit unfortunate. But if you are interested, the game is, I'm assuming, very cheap, so you probably can grab this like fairly cheap. And if you want to go through it, you can. It's on Switch, it's on Steam, and I think it might be on other platforms. I'm not certain, but for sure this was the Switch version, and I know for a fact that there's a Steam version also. But yeah, so that was it for that, guys. Love your faces so much. If you are interested in watching more, tomorrow we're actually going to be playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for the very first time. Never played it before. I'm super excited. We've played I've played the first game a year ago, and then I played the DLC for the first game like last week, and I freaking loved it, and I'm very excited to start the second game. So tomorrow we'll start that, and I'm thinking about like streaming more than one. So like probably like instead of doing just a first look, doing like a first look and then like other streams down the line of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, because it looks to be a massive amount of fun. And we'll have other kind of like showcases of games and stuff like down the line too. Like I have at least 2 other streams planned where we check out like a multiple indie RPGs, like demos and other stuff for games that are just about to release. So that should be very fun too. But yeah, so that was it, you guys. Let's go and find someone to raid on YouTube, and if you're on Twitch, and if you are watching on YouTube, you're awesome too. Love your faces. If you reach this point of the video and you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel, giving a thumbs up to the video. It really helps me out. And I will see you guys on the next video on YouTube. You're all awesome, and take care. For Twitch, I'm trying to see who's streaming right now. I think, you know what, Kev is streaming right now, and I did say I was going to rate Kev last time, so I think we're going to do that. I'm owing Kev a raid, so we're going to go and see Kev. All right, you guys, so until next time, love your faces, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.